So welcome, and I'm going to have you start in a in a comfortable seated position, and that can be cross-legged or kneeling like I am, and I want you to place your hands on your body. So one hand on the chest, one hand on the diaphragm. Inhaling nose, chest, and belly. Exhaling belly, chest, nose. Long, smooth breaths. Using this as an opportunity to check in with your body, notice how your body's feeling, and to reconnect breath and body and your awareness to bring you to the present moment. And so once you have that connection with breath and body, I want you to think about how you want to feel when we're done with practice today and set your intention. And then once you set your intention, you can release your hands. And let's come on to our hands and knees. And so your knees are going to be about hip width apart, hands are about shoulder width apart. You're going to inhale up, engage those lower abdominals, like I always say. Inhale up, exhale down. And I want you to do this at your own pace for the next few breaths. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Noticing as you do so how your body's feeling. Now, the next time that you come down to your child's pose, we're going to shift the hips over to the right and walk your hands and arms over to the left. Nice long stretch through your side body. On an inhale, coming through the center and then moving to the second side. And again, don't forget to shift your hips so that you get that nice stretch through the body. Long, smooth breaths. And again, coming back through the center. And let's make our way up onto our hands and knees. And we're going to bring the right hand to center. And your vision is going to be on your left hand. Okay? So inhale, you're going to reach up towards the sky. Exhale, come back down. And you can do that 3 or 4 times. Inhaling up, exhaling down. And now this last one, you're going to inhale up, exhale, bend the right elbow, left arm comes down underneath, bringing your ear and your shoulder down to the ground. And then you might make your way up onto the right fingertips, opening up that chest a little bit, long, smooth breaths. Eventually, when you feel complete, you'll come back to neutral in your tabletop position. Bring your vision towards your right fingertips. And again, inhale up towards the sky. Exhale down. Moving with your breath, no rush. Noticing what's happening through your whole back body and your hips. Now the next one. On the exhale, you're going to bend that left elbow, right arm comes underneath, ear towards the ground. And then walking, making sure that left elbow is bent, walking those fingers overhead so you can open up the chest, making sure your hips and your knees are comfortable. Long, smooth breaths. Now, eventually, again, as you start to feel complete, we're going to make our way into tabletop. And I want you to walk your knees a little bit behind your hips and your wrists slightly in front of your shoulders. You're going to turn the toes underneath, lift your knees up off the ground, slide back into a down dog and pedal through your feet. Long, smooth breaths. Noticing how your back body feels, how your hands are feeling, using the whole hand. Now on an inhale, we're going to come down into our plank and exhale back into down dog. Make sure, feel yourself engaging your core as you bring yourself from plank into down dog. One more time. Now this next time that we're in our down dog, you're going to lift up your right leg, keep that foot flexed and your hips are even. So your inhale is going to be here. Your exhale, you're going to come into plank and bring that knee to the elbow 3 times. You can always come down onto your left knee if it feels too intense. Now the next time that you're in place, we'll place the right foot down, lift the left leg up. Again, that foot is flexed, hips are closed. Inhale is here. Exhale, knee to elbow. One more. And then place that foot on the ground. You're going to bring your knees down to the ground and come back into a child's pose. Now here, you can stay in your child's pose, or you can do tabletop into child's pose, whatever feels better in your back body, right? So either you're moving, inhale up, exhale down, or you're staying down. Now when you're ready to come out, you're going to come up into a tabletop, and you're going to step your left foot forward. And so you're going to make sure that that left knee is over the ankle, and you're going to ground down through the 4 points of that left foot. And then you're going to turn the toes under on the right foot, right? And your hands, you might have blocks under your hands or your hands are on the ground. You're going to lift up that knee. Keep breathing. Now the movement is going to be inhale and then exhale, reach that knee towards the ground. Inhale, straighten the back leg. Exhale, bend the knee. Moving with your breath. One more time. Beautiful. Now we're going to gently take that knee onto the ground. We're going to straighten the front leg, flex the left foot, and bring your head and body towards that leg. Keep breathing. And you could inhale up, bring your body down. You could stay in your forward bend, or you could move front and back, bending and straightening your front leg. Again, you're checking in. What does my body want to do in this moment? Now, the next time that your knee is bent, we're going to step that left foot back. And we're going to bring the right foot forward. And again, you're going to get yourself all set up. So the right knee over the ankle, ground down through the 4 points of the foot. Turn your left toes under, hands on the floor of the blocks. And again, you're going to inhale, straighten, exhale, bend. One more time. And then we're going to bend the knee, gently take that knee to the floor. And you're going to start to straighten the right leg, flex the foot, bring your body towards the leg. Again, inhaling body up, exhaling body down, or bending and straightening the leg, or choosing to stay in one of the positions. All right, what feels good to you today? Now, the next time that your knee is bent, I want you to feel your hands on the ground or wherever they are. Take your weight into your front foot. We're going to lift that back foot off the ground, and you're going to step forward into your forward bend. Hands come onto your legs. Inhale halfway up and exhale into your legs. Moving with your breath. And this time, let's inhale, slide all the way up. And once you get up to standing, I want you to roll through your shoulders one at a time. Inhale up, exhale, take that shoulder back. Alternating sides. And then we're going to pause for a moment, and I want you to take one hand onto your belly or your diaphragm, the other hand onto your chest, and reconnect body to breath. Notice your heart rate, notice your body temperature, notice your breath in your body. You are here now, present with me in this moment. Now from here, I want you to take a wide stance, and your feet are parallel or your heels are slightly out. Your arms are going to be at your sides. So the movement is going to be bend your knees, sweep those arms out and up. Inhale, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. One more time. And then we'll end with our feet on the floor, arms extended. Inhale is going to be up here. Exhale, left hand to the right hip. Slide down to whatever place is comfortable. Eyes on the right hand. Inhale, slide up. Exhale, second side. Moving at your own pace. And maybe it is that you just come to the hip. You're going to find that place that works for you. Inhale is up. Exhale down. We're going to do it a few more times on each side. And there's no rush. You're moving with your body and your breath. So the next time that you finish your second side, we're going to bring the hands onto the hips. Now, I want you to pull your feet isometrically towards one another. You might feel those inner thighs engage. And you're going to either clasp your hands at the low back, have your hands on your hips, or you might even have a strap connecting your hands behind your low back. Inhale's going to be up. Exhale, you're going to come down as far as is comfortable. And then you're either going to keep your hands on your hips, or if your hands are connected or with a strap, you're going to take them away from the low back body. Keep breathing. Hands return back down. You got a slight bend in the knees. Inhale, press down with the feet. Come all the way up. Again, make sure you're not dizzy. You're connected to your breath. And we're going to start by just keeping the hands on the hips and bending the knees. So inhale is up. Exhale, bend the knee over the foot. One more time on each side. And then pause, step your feet together just a little bit so your feet are maybe a little bit wider than hip distance apart, hands on the outside of the legs. Inhale, body up. Exhale, slide down. And if you want to, you can slide the outside arm up, bending the elbow, and you can even take your vision towards the lifted shoulder. And then we're going to pause, take both arms up overhead. You're going to interlace your fingers, and I'll come down so you can see my hands. So you're standing, I'm going to squat. We're going to inhale up, exhale, reach to one side. Inhale back to center, exhale, second side. Now, if your hands don't work connected, you can just have your hands pressing in towards the center. And next time you finish your second side, you're going to release your hands, bring them down to your heart center. And now feel your thumbs gently pressing into your sternum. And you're going to take your weight into your right foot, come up onto the left toes. And then maybe lift that foot up off of the ground. Keep breathing, keep focused. And then we're going to bring our left hand to the inside of the knee, stretch out the right arm, open your knee out to the side. Keep breathing. Inhale back to the center, foot comes down. Second side, up onto the right toes. Lift up that knee, hands are pressing gently on the sternum. Breathe and focus, find your drishti, your non-moving spot to focus on. Take that right hand to the inside of the knee, left arm comes out to the side. Carefully open your leg out to the side. Keep breathing. Long, smooth breaths. Come back to the center. Gently bring that foot down to the ground. And now from here, I want you to, let's take our feet a little bit wide again. You're going to have your hands on your legs. Inhale up. Exhale, slide down and bring your hands onto the floor. So you might need to bend your knees to get your hands on the floor. Inhale, straight legs, elbows, arms stay straight the whole time. Inhale, straight legs, elbows. Exhale, bend your knees and bring your butt towards the ground. And just moving with your breath. And it's okay if your legs don't straighten completely when you stand up. And one more time, when your knees bend, I want you to find a comfortable place for your feet. So now you are in a squat, hands at your heart center or your forehead, a slight roundedness in the back body. Long, smooth breaths. Now from here, we're going to release the hands. Bring your bottom down to the floor and stretch your legs out. Some of you might like to have a little blanket under your hips to help you to sit upright. Feet are flexed. Legs are about hip width apart. Hands on your thighs. Inhale up, exhale, slide down. Moving with your breath. Not worrying about how far you get. We just want to get this movement, right? Now the next time that you come down towards your feet, I want you to hold on to wherever your hands come to. It could be your knees, your calves, your ankles, your feet. And you're going to hold on to wherever it is. Now, holding on to that place, you're going to inhale, lengthen your spine and press your chest forward. And then exhale, round the back and bring your head down. Inhale, body comes up. Exhale, body down. Couple more times. Now, on your next inhale, you're going to slide on up. You're going to bend both of those knees. Now, your hands, and you could have your fingertips pointing towards your back, your fingers pointing away from you or behind you. Okay, feet about hip width apart. On the inhale, you're going to keep your hands and feet on the ground, lift your hips up, and you're going to keep your vision pointing forward. Okay, inhale up, exhale down. Moving with your breath. Beautiful. Now, the next time that you come down, this is where I'd like you to have some sort of blanket or bolster or pillow. And what we're going to start with, and it's going to depend on your body, right? You might have a little roll like this. You're going to, and it's going to be a little bit of an experiment. But what we're going to do is you're going to place this roll, whatever it is, it could be a foam roller, roll towel, blanket, bolster. You're going to place it horizontally on your mat. And then where we want to put it is between the waist and the shoulders. So your hips stay on the ground, and we want our head and shoulders to come down to the ground. And we're going to start with our knees bent and our feet about hip width apart and your arms extended out to the sides. So the thing is, depending on your personal flexibility, you might have to have a teeny tiny roll. You might have to have a bigger roll, right? But you want to be able to lay here comfortably. Hips on the ground, shoulders on the ground. So if you find your head lifted up or your shoulders, they can't make it to the ground, then your roll is too big. Also, if it's not comfortable, then your roll is probably too big. And it's possible that some of you will choose to be in this position without any roll at all. And then I'm gonna invite you to just soften your shoulders, soften your head, let your hips be heavy. Maybe you want to stretch your legs out, maybe you don't. We're gonna stay here for just a few breaths. Just seeing if you can, just for the next, few seconds, let go completely. Just let your body be heavy and be supported by the ground. Now from here, I want you to bend your knees. You're gonna roll over to the side and carefully lift yourself up. We're gonna leave that blanket where it is or whatever you're using. And now you're gonna use your second one, okay? So you're gonna make a second roll. And now this roll is going to go under your knees and your top roll is going to stay where it was. So now heels are on the floor, hips are on the floor, and when you get down to the ground, head and shoulders are on the floor. I think I had a teacher that called this like the rolling brook or stream or something like that. And again, you want to make sure, however you are, that you're comfortable, right? That you can let those parts of the body that are connected to the floor be heavy. And the parts that are being supported by the rolls, maybe you're picturing them opening up. And of course, if the rolls don't work, you're getting rid of them. Long, smooth breaths, body heavy, head heavy, arms heavy, legs heavy. So we're going to stay here for a little bit. And I want you to notice how your body feels and notice if there are any adjustments that you need to make in order to feel a little bit more comfortable. And if so, make them. And again, be with me here now, right? Yes, all of us have other things that we could be doing, but you are choosing to be here now. Be with your breath, be with your body. And with the exhale, anything at all that's not serving you, invite that to move out of you with your breath, like on your exhale, or to seep out of your pores. But anything that doesn't serve you, like negative thinking or toxins or anything that you want to let go of, stress and worry, just let it seep out of your body. Now I have one more pose that I want to do. So very carefully in your own time, you're going to bend your knees and roll over to the side. And then I want to lift the legs a little bit. So I'm going to give you a couple of options. So if you have a chair or a sofa or a wall nearby, you might put your legs on them. I'm gonna model with a couple of blankets. I have 2 blankets folded in this position. I'm stacking them up. So I'm gonna sit right up next to the blankets and put my legs on those blankets. We want the legs elevated just a little bit. Another option, I'm going to use this little stool I have over here. So laying down, I could just have my legs being supported by this little stool. And of course, there's always the option of legs up the wall. I want you to find some position that you can be in where your legs are elevated, even if it's a little bit. And your body is being supported by the floor, hands wherever it's comfortable. Maybe your eyes are closed now, long, smooth, gentle breaths. Again, still with that image of anything that's not serving you, releasing. You give whatever is not serving you permission to leave through your breath, through your pores, just seeping out of your body. And as with any position that we stay in for a little while, now is the time when you are going to check in and ask yourself, is there anything else that would feel really good in this position? And do I want to stay here for Shavasana? Or do you want to take a different position for your Shavasana? And if so, then I want you to get yourself into that position, whatever it is, and you want to make sure that you're warm and that you're comfortable. And it can be this position with the legs elevated or any other position. So find your way into your position for Shavasana. So as you get yourself comfortable, I invite you to close your eyes if they're not already closed, to soften the muscles in your face, especially around the jaw, so that there's a little space between your teeth. Long, smooth breaths. And for our Shavasana today, I'm going to guide you through a meditation to possibly release any anxiety or worry. And so in this moment, you're here with me now, invite your body to relax, soften, and let go of any tension in your belly. Make sure that the position that you're in is comfortable. Eyes are closed and hands are in a position where you don't have to worry about them. And take the next few moments to scan through your body, looking for sensations. And as you are feeling into those sensations, if any of them are tension or stress, again, inviting them to leave. So you're aware of your body, you're aware of your breath. You're noticing the rise and fall of your chest and belly. Now imagine that you're standing in the street and you have these two heavy suitcases. One suitcase is filled with worries, worries about the future, things that you don't have any control over, right? And the other suitcase is filled with regrets of the past, things that you can't change because they've already happened. So take the next few moments as you're standing in the street holding these really heavy suitcases and reflect on each one. So maybe one is heavier than the other. Maybe it's the worries about the future, or maybe it's about past regrets. And as you reflect about the future, how it's going to happen on its own accord, and whatever you're worrying about now, well, chances are it's probably not going to happen. And then you're still standing there. Now you're reflecting about the past, the other heavy suitcase, considering, how the past can't be changed. We can only be present, right? The only thing we have is this moment here now. So we can try to, make any corrections or fix things where we can. Maybe we learn from the past and we become a more skillful person, or maybe we become nicer, or whatever it is. And then we move on in the present moment. So you're standing there in the street, feeling the weight of these suitcases and absorbing any wisdom from your reflections. And you're connected to your breath and your body as you continue to reflect future worries, past regrets. And I'm going to invite you to make a conscious decision. Do you want to drop the suitcase filled with worries about the future? And if so, just drop it. Let it go. You're standing there in the street, and maybe you just have one heavy suitcase now with our regrets from the past. And again, you have a choice. Do you want to let go of the regrets of the past? You choose. And if you want to let them go, just let that suitcase down, let it go, just drop it. And if you've chosen to let go of those two suitcases, you're going to walk into your home feeling much lighter. Maybe you're choosing to drag one or both back with you. Again, it's your choice. But as soon as you get back into your house, those of you who've let go of your suitcases, notice how light and relaxed you feel. Like someone coming home from a long trip, dropping the suitcases and just relaxing, resting in the present moment, breathing. And if you chose not to drop your suitcases, I invite you to reconsider. What do you get from hanging on to worries of the future or regrets of the past? So again, just focusing on your breath, focusing on the sensations in your body, resting in your own well-being, long, smooth breaths. Resting in that fundamental awareness of your own well-being. Awareness which does not worry or regret. Resting as if all of this is meaningful to you. Allow yourself to simply rest, feeling a sense of peace, feeling a sense of joy, feeling a sense of well-being. A natural happiness, always your true home. Without carrying any heavy suitcases with worries about the future or regrets about the past. Just simply rest here in your body right now. Shri Maha Ganapataye Namaha. Om Shri Maha Ganapataye Namaha. Om Shri Maha Ganapataye Namaha. So in your own time, as you are ready, when you are ready, starting to make those slow, thoughtful movements. How do you want to gently awaken? And then when you do, bringing yourself to a comfortable seated position. You might need to do some stretching or moving before you do so. And just notice how you're feeling. Have you really let go of those regrets and worries, or are you going to pull them right back in, right? You're going to go find those suitcases and pick them up. And then, thank yourself for showing up here and for doing the practice. Namaste.